Well, hello. We are live, I think. Let me see here. All right. I think it's working now. Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I don't know how my audio and video is here. Signal isn't the best, but I think it's better than Cash's was. Let me test this out here. Yeah, that's gonna work. Why are the comments not working? That's peculiar. Maybe you don't have comments tonight. There we go. There we go. All right, comments are here now. Sorry, folks. That's what you get when you don't have the greatest of signals, I guess. So I sent the link to Cash. I don't know if he'll come in or not. Let me see here. Guess. Nope, he's not here yet. Anyway, I wanted to talk tonight about fraud and all the BS that's going on, and exactly who bears most of the responsibility for it. I think certainly FMCSA has bears the most of that burden for not enforcing any of the very rules that they make. But lately I'm thinking DAT shares some culpability in it. Some of these load boards, some of these apps and stuff. DAT has a button on there where you can report bad activity from brokers, and I've done that. Uploaded some evidence of some different activities that were going on, and the brokers are still on there. So, I mean, if you're going to facilitate bad activity like that, you got to share some of the responsibility of it, as far as I'm concerned. And how long before people just stop using DAT in the first place because of the fraud? I know brokers are kind of pulling away from that format a little bit, and deservedly so. They're wanting to book loads with people they know and that have hauled for them before, and they should. If there's not going to be anybody addressing the fraud, then why use them? Why would you use their service? I'm trying to put a poll up here, but I can't seem to get it to work. Maybe I'm not signed in the right account. Let me check. No, I am. Oh well. Guess no polls tonight. That's okay. That's what she said. Let's see who's in the house tonight. It's been a while since I've been live. Steve Hunt. It is. You are. Okay, sound is good. What's going on? D. Compton. Sterling Wheel. I think Cash Live missed the iceberg and hit the Titanic. Did he go down in the exploratory ship with the other billionaires? Haven't really heard a lot about that, but the little bit I have heard is quite enough. People think it's funny to make fun of people that died. Why, just because they were rich people? That's a bunch of BS. Would you make fun of poor people for dying? What in the hell? That's not how one should behave. Hollywood, 116 in Texas. Damn it, that is hot. Definitely not taking a load of ice cream down there this week. RVL says, I can hear you fine, driver, so thank you. Freight truck and tracking apps are stealing personal information. LOL. Freight trucking, are you parked? Do you want a link? Freight trucking says, my GPS took me down the road. Who told you to say that? I just got, before Cash went live here, I just got done recording my June safety video and debating whether or not I should publish it. I said a lot of bad things, but sometimes you just got to get some stuff off your chest. And that GPS situation is one of those things that gives me the red ass, for lack of a better word. And I had some choice words about that, so some people might be hurt by what I said, but I think I'm going to publish it anyway. It's a members only thing. Nobody's really going to see it, but It had some bad language in it. So if you can't handle that, I'd suggest you don't watch. But sometimes you just got some stuff to say, right? Let's see here. Barry Harbison in the house. Evening, folks. Barry Harbison, GPS will take you on a ferry if you let it. Yeah, I had somebody try to do that once. He put in his GPS avoid toll roads, and it avoided toll roads all right, but it took him hundreds of miles out of route. And he calls me from like that southern tip of New Jersey, you know, way down, like way south of Atlantic City. You just keep going all the way down where, like, you know, there's a bay that goes there, and you'd come out in Maryland on the other side, I guess. Calls me, says, "Can I put this thing on a ferry?" I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" He's like, "Well, my GPS brought me here. It says get on a ferry." I'm like, "How about no? I don't know if our insurance, you know, I don't know if you put it into the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, if our insurance would cover that. And I don't want to call our agent and find out. So how about you just turn your happy ass around, go back the 150 miles back to the toll road, and you know, or go one more mile and take I-295, and you can avoid that toll you were so much looking to avoid, which you would have seen if you had one of these freaking things, an Atlas, and get back on the route there." So yeah, we're not putting her on a ferry. Although I've been on a ferry. I've put at a job I used to have, I've been on a ferry 3 times, I think. Go up to Victoria Island off of British Columbia. Did that twice. And then I went somewhere off of Quebec. I don't remember if it was like Nova Scotia or New Brunswick. It was somewhere up that eastern coast and out to an island off to the eastern coast of Canada. But that's not for me. That's no way, no how. It's too creepy for me. Putting a truck on the boat, and then I don't dig the water anyway. But yeah. So for my tablet, my comments on my tablet don't keep up with the phone. But let me see if I can find out where I left off. Fate Trucking says, "I heard you had problems putting up your poll. Damn it." Jersey Trucker, hey, hope all is well. Thanks for coming in, Jersey Trucker, and thanks for introducing me into that Yingling, which is, you know, I can't get him in my neck of the woods, but we're working on it. We're working on it. At the end of the day, DOT don't care because it's all about the money. Yes, so it is about the money, and they don't want to alienate a large portion of their customer base, because I pay for the carrier side of DAT, and then I have a brokerage subscription. The brokers pay more for DAT than we do. So I imagine DAT doesn't want to lose, I don't know, 20-30% of their customers by bouncing them for being fraudulent. They claim they vet them. I don't know how, because well, let me tell you a quick couple stories here. Let me catch up on some comments here. Cheap freight hauler, are the scams rampant on other load boards? I don't know. As far as load boards, I only use DAT, but I'm starting to use more and more just, you know, the broker's individual load boards when I need to, or another service, because then other people can't, like whatever, XYZ brokerage can't come and post a load on Arrive Logistics internal load board, so you don't have to worry about it. Trucking Coach, what time it is? Ask Fate Trucking. He'll tell you what it is. Trucking Coach, can I work for you tomorrow? Here one day, gone the next. You're gonna have to. It's gonna take you more than a day to fill out that job application. You're gonna need some extra pages. None of your business. I've got 4 calls today from dispatch companies using spoofed numbers, and none of them spoke English that I could understand. Yeah, so I got, in addition to the phone I'm using, which is my main company phone, I have 2 other phones here. They're prepaid. One of them is Verizon, and one of them is what's the track phone, because I'm cheap. But I have different purposes for those 2 phones to have separate phone numbers, and those phones ring off the hook all day. when I'm on, like when I'm on the phone with Cash or Freight Trucking or Snore Alert or something, be like, hold on, I got to take this call, and I'll get on the other phone. And I have this game I play with them. I have a name for that game, but it's not very nice, so I'm not going to say it on YouTube here. And I just have a little bit of fun with them until they get pissed off and hang up, or I offend them greatly, because I've had enough. I don't even care anymore if I hurt their feelings or piss. Like, piss off. I don't need 60 phone calls a day. Literally, so if it's not a dispatch service, it's what's that, ERC, that employee retention credit left over from the from the programs, from the PPP and stuff. And I'm like, hey, I don't have any employees, so don't call me anymore. And they just incessantly call me, but most of them are dispatch services, and I like to have a little bit of fun with them. And then different funding places, we'll loan you $50,000, pay back $65,000, whatever. I'm like, I don't want your money. Hollywood says, reefer working hard, -10. Damn it. Checking in from the recliner, too hot to truck. Oh, come on now. Fate's spit bottle. What's up, Freight Trucking? Andrew McGlynn says, publish it. Yeah, I'm gonna, but it's a members only. Hey, I try to be professional at all times, but sometimes you gotta say some stuff to get people's attention. And I might have cursed a little bit or a lot, and pretty much just said, hey, here's the way it is. So I'll do it. I gotta edit it first, so might re-record it. It was kind of not very nice. Terry Eldridge in the house. There you go. Old school, new school, getting unloaded in Jackwagon, Portland, Oregon. Watch yourself out there. Might be in that autonomous zone. Autonomous law, autonomous trucking. Everything's autonomy out there. Terry says, I've had several brokers that have not paid me that are still on DAT. So here's something that's going on too. I've gotten some notifications of brokerages getting their credit downgraded. Surge Transportation would be the biggest of the ones that I've been told about. They're at like 45 days to pay now. So watch out for that. You're going to see more of that, because things are getting tough for the brokers. And that's going to trickle down to us. A lot of them aren't going to just quit and walk away. They're just going to keep running up them freight bills and collect and stick you with the BS. So even brokerages that you use on the regular, they're not too big to fail. So keep tabs on that. If you got a factoring company, run their credit every time you use them. I've used Surge Transportation, not so much lately, because they're one of the biggest ones into that AI pricing BS, and they don't communicate well, and they're irritating, and their prices suck. But every once in a while, when you got to be somewhere, you take the load that gets you there. But we're going to lay off using them. So Surge Transportation, Meadowlark Agency, I got a credit rating downgrade on them from Triumph. Who are some other ones? Venture Connect, OneSource. Off the top of my head, that's the ones I'm thinking of. But yeah, keep an eye out on that. But yeah, so I'll tell you, I was going to make a separate video about this, but I'll just tell you here and now, I guess, because I'm not getting that video done. About two particular scams, broker scams that they tried to run on me, two different brokerages, and I have documentation on both of them, so I'm not afraid to name names. The one of them ought to go to jail. But anyway, Philia Logistics, in the process of, running their credit and checking their contract and all that. So we wanted to book this load with them, and she sent over the contract to some chick. I don't know who she was, but probably not from around here, if you know what I'm saying. Sent me the contract, and I read these things. I like to know what I'm signing. Sometimes I probably don't read them thorough enough, but you check and make sure the normal stuff is there. And I'm reading this contract, and there's all these blank spots in it where things would typically filled out, like venue for, if you have to go to court, the venue. Well, that was blank. Typically, these things would be filled in by the broker. I'm not signing a blank contract, so I took the liberty to fill these sections in. I put, my home state. Days to pay was blank. I'm like, okay, well, we're certainly not leaving that blank. I put 5 days to pay or 1 day to pay or something. And there's all these blank spots, and I'm like, nah, we're done. I'm not doing this. This is a red flag. So well, just to have some fun with it, because can be like that sometimes, I filled in this contract, and I've made everything 100% in my favor because it was a blank drawing board. And I sent it back to this chick, and she's like, what the hell did she say? Oh, she sent an email to my driver, like, your boss doesn't know how to fill out a packet. And he called me and told me. I'm like, wait a second here. So I call this chick, no answer. I email back, like, what's the problem with the contract? It's like, look at page 5 and page this and page that. I'm like, yeah. I said, you sent me a blank contract. What the hell are you thinking? Like, as a broker, you protect yourself. You fill in this contract. You send me a blank contract and not expect me to fill it in. You're out your damn mind. So, I gave her. I'm like, we're not doing this load for you, okay? So we didn't do it. But then I'm like, I can't leave this alone. So I sent an email back. I'm like, listen, I said, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and say you're brand new at this, and the lesson you need to learn is you don't be sending out blank contracts to people. This is what you get back. You're gonna get back what you deserve. I said, this is all things that should be filled in by you, and then I should sign it, send it back to you, and you should sign it. I said, don't be sending people blank. And I said, don't sign the contract before you send it out, because then I could strike something out and change it to my benefit, and you already signed it, so you're screwed. But don't be doing. You don't do business like this. And then I said, if that's not the case, and you're running a scam on me, then go screw. But either way, like, we're not doing business, because you don't know what you're doing. So that was back, freight was still a little bit busier then, so it didn't matter. And then this is the worst one. So my driver wanted to do this load. It picked up somewhere in Oregon, somewhere up north by Portland there somewhere, and it went just up into Washington, a little ways to a Walmart distribution center. And it was a last minute load, so they wanted to get things rolling in a hurry, because it was supposed to be a same day delivery. And I'm like, all right, send me the packet, and I'll look at your packet and I'll check you out. So I filled out the pack. It was I think it was RMIS, maybe. It was an easy packet. I just filled it out. And meanwhile, I'm doing the checks on them, and she sends the rate confirmation. And I'm reading the rate confirmation, and it's got instructions on there that the driver is supposed to make up a sign with another carrier's name on it and DOT number and put it over ours. And we're required to take a picture of this and send it to the broker. So I call the driver. I'm like, just stop. This isn't going to happen. So I called the lady, and I says, what are you doing here? She's like, well, you need to make a sign and put it on your truck. And I said, no. I said, that's highly illegal. What is going on here? And she's like, well, your driver didn't have a problem with it. I said, bullshit. I said, number one, the driver was asking me about it. And number two, he said he's not doing it. And I said, number three, it don't matter what in the hell he says, because my name's on that truck. I own the company, and we're not doing something like that. I said, I'm taking all this documentation, I'm turning it into DAT for fraud. It was a Rise. The name of the brokerage was a Riseway. So don't ever do nothing with that. I never even completed the credit check. This has all happened so fast, I never even got to that part. So for all I know, they failed the credit check anyway. It wouldn't have been an issue. But I'm like, that is freaking ballsy for you to do something like that. And of course, broken English, whatever, it doesn't matter. You can be from here in broken English, but I'm pretty sure, not from around here once again, and thinking this is no big deal. And the sad part is she probably got somebody to do that and move that load. And that is BS. I forgot to do this. I need to get back, revisit this thing and do this. I have that carrier's information that she wanted me to put on the door. So I'm going to call that carrier and tell them, listen, man, like, I don't know what happened here. Like if it was a double broker situation or just straight up fraud, but somebody's using your information to move freight. And that's, I don't know if you had a part of it, but I just want, I need to let them know. I should have done that already, but got a little busy here. So that's the kind of BS. Now, I turned that into DAT. I don't know if they did anything about it. Here. Where's my tablet? Let me go on DAT and see if I can search this this broker right now. Screw it. I hate the mobile app. I hate, I paid for a different version and they changed it to this, and it sucks. So how do I get to that? Load board. My trucks. We'll go to account here. Okay. DAT tools, DAT directory. Let's look. Oh, and then I saw an obvious double broker situation out in New Jersey last week that I flagged too. I gotta put in my password. There we go. Let's see if I can find this broker on here. Okay, Riseway. If anybody wants to help me out with this, I'd appreciate it. There we go, Riseway LLC. I wonder if there's a way I can see if they have any loads posted. They should be able to. You should be able to do that. Credit score 97. They give them a credit score of 97 on DAT. Days to pay 23. Unfreaking believable. They're a blatant freaking double broker, and they get a 97 credit score. And what? This is their bond score is at an 84. Let's see here. Broker, active authority, general freight. Entity type, carrier/broker. So they also have a carrier. I'm gonna go back and make sure this MC matches from I think it does though. At any rate, there you go. Reported the hell out of them, and they're still on there. So as far as I'm concerned, it makes you complicit, and you're facilitating fraud, if nothing else. You certainly are. Scorpion Trucker, yo, from Smithfield, Kentucky. Barry says Atlas is for cavemen. I'm going to point out to you in my safety video for the month of June why an Atlas is not for cavemen and is an essential part of doing your job. It absolutely is. I drive around until I find where I'm going. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. And we've had some issues lately. I don't care to talk publicly about other people's misfortunes or things that happen, but there's been some issues, and they hurt a little bit. Mackinac Life, there you go. I have my GPS program to always take me to the Mackinac Bridge. Thank you. Oh, Sterling Wheel with $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. This Truck and Life, what's happening? Hope all is well. I've missed so much, been trained the last 2 weeks, then headed to the Dells for vacay. Oh, Wisconsin Dells? That's going to be fun. Trucking insurance usually doesn't cover maritime disaster. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if I call an insurance company, say, I got to report a loss. Well, where's the truck? I don't know. I can give you like longitude and latitude. Maybe like 87 feet under the surface of the Atlantic Ocean. Maybe. I don't know. Like, how do you even report that accident? Oh, I wouldn't want to make that phone call. Since we're mildly doing that new Glarus scissoring cow beer for Pride Month, you want some? No, I think I'm going to pass on that one. Is that what it said? A spotted cow? It's scissoring cow now. Barry says, I call the telemarketer back and harass him until he blocks my number. Free entertainment. Yeah, I've been having fun with it lately because otherwise it just makes me angry. And honestly, I need a little bit more fun in my life. Cheap freight hauler, reefer driver dropped a case of hamburger meat at a 1-9er. Didn't smell good in the South Carolina heat. Wish they had seen Cash's video about donating. Yeah, they make it. You know, we haul some expensive products, and anybody should be glad to have them. And it's time to time they ship the wrong product or things get damaged. And be darned, this is stuff I'd love to have. But you try to take it to a food bank or a church. A church food bank, their purpose is there to feed people, help people out. But I tell you what, 4 o'clock, they're out the door like their ass is on fire. And if you're trying to bring them, say I'm trying to bring them $4,000 worth of salmon, right? A pallet of Mediterranean salmon, right? Because they shipped it wrong or something. There's off with it. You think they'll stay 1 freaking minute late? No, they'd rather let it go in the freaking dumpster or a food bank. Anybody? No, throw it in the dumpster. That is just part of what's wrong with this country. You're supposed to be a charitable organization, caring for people and go above and beyond. And I make an offer to you that people would give their left arm to have, and you can't stay 1 freaking minute to take it. That is just, have that happen all the time. We had a pallet of chicken drumsticks about 2 months ago. They shipped the wrong product and they didn't want to pay to ship it back. So they're like, donate it or throw it away. Then they're like, no, donate it because that's just quite a waste. Chicago, nobody would take it. Nobody would stay late to freaking take it. So the driver ended up taking it with him to his next pickup and just gave it to the dock workers. He's like, take this home. Just whatever. Or I'm going to throw it in a dumpster. I was going to drive to Chicago, put it in my pickup truck and bring it home. I'd buy a chest freezer to put that in. But Ronald says California is holding back on allowing automated trucks due to unproven safety. Excellent, as they should. Old School New School says I just have out loud conversations with myself, and that generally keeps people away. It's even better when arguing without yourself. Nice. Terry says I've got to worry if they don't factor with my factoring company. I will not haul it. Yeah, that's the ancillary benefit of a factoring company. There's different things. Incidentally, if you're looking for a factoring company, call Triumph. It's a good one. Tell them, talk to Ashley Vogan. Tell them I sent you. Or there's a link in the description of all my videos. You can just click on that, or her phone number is there. They're owned by a bank, so they're not they're gonna steal your money. Terry says I got to where if they do not factor. Oh, I just read that. Buck Brown in the house. Had to be a good feeling when you hit that opportunity to set your own terms of the contract, even knowing that it wasn't going to stick. Yeah, I mean, have a little fun with it. What the hell? They ain't hauling the load anyway. She needed to learn some things. And then the response I got back was thank you. I'm like, thank you for teaching you how to, be a broker, or thank you for telling you to stop being a effing scammer. I don't know. Whatever. You're welcome, I guess. Oliver 880 says breaker. Come on with it. Grafton just set the brakes. There we go. How do you identify a double brokerage? It can be hard, but a lot of times it's just the feeling that something doesn't feel right. People are acting a little weird. They want the bill of lading right away so they can call and get a fuel advance on the load. Or there's a different name on the bill of lading. Like you may be hauling this load for Megacorp, and the broker's name on the bill of lading is C.H. Robinson, like stuff like that. Phone numbers don't match up. They tell you to check in as a different name. A lot of little stuff like that. Or maybe a shipper will, say, hey, Robinson, back into door 5. And you're like, I'm not hauling this for C.H. Robinson. I'm hauling it for, Jim's brokerage. So just got to pay attention to little stuff. But a lot of times the way you'll catch it is on the paperwork. There should be a name on the paperwork. It should be your name on the your carrier name on the paperwork. But a lot of times it'll be the broker. So yeah. If their email is a Gmail account, that's a red flag. Always call them back. Try to verify who they are. Google the number, see what the number goes to. Call their office and say, hey, you know, is this such and such? You know, verify who they are. It's but it can be tough sometimes. What's their MC? I don't know. It's not. Well, here, yeah, I got it in my other email. We're talking about Riseway. Let me look that up for you. I got to go back a ways though. It's in my Gmail. Let me talk about some comments here while I'm looking it up. Old School New School Grafton, it has worked for years. Some of the looks I get make me laugh. Cool. Which account is that in? Am I the only one that's got like 14 freaking Gmail accounts? You gotta keep them honest, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's quite a ways back here in the email. Let me read some more comments. That's like me on the CB until some chimes in, someone. Frisco Jack says, is trucking dead? I don't think it's dead, but, you know, it's like been shot in the forehead, laying in the gutter bleeding, and then a car came along, ran over its legs, and somebody comes along and kicks you in the gut. Here we go, Riseway. Well, their address is 2 Plaza Drive, Woodridge, Illinois. So that's a different address than what's on the DAT. All right. Certificate. Where the hell is this contract at? Now I can't find it. That's a different one. Here we go. I found the rate confirmation. Oh, something went wrong. Damn it. It's got to be here. Got to be here. Oh, come on now. Come on now. This is bad. This is bad YouTube. Don't tell me the rate con expired. Oh, why did I not print that out? What is wrong with me? Well, here's what the email looked like so you can see I'm not full of shit. But yeah. Oh, here it is. Okay. Right here you can see. Please put signs on truck. Driver must check in. Contribute Transportation, Inc. So let me find. Yeah, it says a load. You got to tell them the load came from Bartlett, Tennessee. Driver must check in. Contribute Transportation, Inc. Don't forget to send me photos of signs on truck, load picture, and BOL after pickup with seal number. There you have it right there. So that's just a picture of that. I clicked to open the rate confirmation, and it was one of those links, and it freaking expired. Damn it, why did I not print that out or screen cap it? Shame on me. Shame on me. Oh, well, I got enough there with the email to show that they were doing fraud. So Frisco Jack Trucking is not dead. It's just changing. It's going to continue to change. We got to change with it. We got to learn to do business, you know, outside of the spot market is what we got to do. All the people I know right now with contract freight are very busy. Some of these, I talked in an earlier video about partner carriers, and these partner carriers I've been working with that have contract freight, they have too much of it, and I've been benefiting from that. They've been giving it to me. So that's been wonderful. Sterling Wheel says, what you're describing happened to me. Another company used my MC number and booked the load. A few months later, TQL paid me on it. Crazy. What the hell? That is crazy. JR Guzman says, I just got scammed out of 2 loads. So I want to know, and I'm not throwing any accusations at DAT or any mad at them, but how are we going to make them do anything about it? Where are your organizations on this? Where is OOIDA? Where is NASTIC? You know, these ones that claim to be for the little guy or the independent guy. They have horse shit. No, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. You're not. You're for yourself. You're for getting your money. Otherwise, why aren't you crawling up DAT's ass right now about this? There's ways to vet these people. They vet the carriers. They vet make sure check your carrier 411, freight guard reports. Yes, DAT should be liable. They should be held. You know, they're facilitating it. So you can't. Facebook, right? Facebook is more or less a public forum for people to post things. Facebook can be held responsible for people doing illegal activities and posting fraud and running scams. Craigslist was held responsible for people posting things on there. DAT is a facilitator, much similar way. Why can they not be held responsible for not cracking down on this and allowing them to facilitate fraud? This is my opinion. It's a question. I'd put a poll out there, but I can't freaking figure out how to make it work on my tablet. Terry says, I had one broker that did not pay me, so I filed against his bond, still waiting to hear back from the bond company. They said they're investigating it. So I learned something new about a broker's bond. And this is I'm gonna put a shameless plug in here because it's become relevant. I've filed on a company's bond before. By the time I filed on it, the bond was exhausted, $75,000. People say, oh, broker's bond should be, 10 times. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter because that bond gets exhausted so fast that you'd still be just left with nothing. And something I just learned because one of my partner carriers had somebody file against his bond. Oh, did a trucking company run a big ass scam on him and then filed against his bond? And he won't pay them, and he should not pay them because they're running a huge scam. Problem is they're outside this country, so nothing he can do about it. And they continue to damage him. So I told him to contact their insurance company and threaten his insurance company. But at any rate, the bond company does not pay without the carrier's permission. Did you know that? When you file a claim and the broker gets to file a counter statement explaining their side, and the bond company won't pay without the brokerage's approval. So that's pointless. So you need that, a company like that, Alexander Winton and Associates. They've been so referred a few people over there, and they've collected. I get a very vague report on what they collect for the people that I send. I do get a very small commission. It doesn't add up to much, but whatever. I'm thankful for it. They do good work, and they're needed in this industry. So if you have some stuff like that, go on, get with awacollects.com. They were on the show. They're going to come back on soon. We're going to talk about carrier tariffs. He's going to explain to us about tariff sheets and how to use them, and they could make you one. And then I want him to talk about, the fraud that's going on right now. So I'm on the road here for the foreseeable future. I am shorthanded, and I'm trying to hold this thing together with our customer here and keep this freight moving so they don't find somebody else. So until I find some help in that realm, I'm gonna be on the road a lot. So it's gonna be hard to do these interviews and stuff, but we'll do what we can. But anyway, if you need help in that area, call Alexander Winton. If you don't mind, tell him I sent you, and maybe I can earn another $5 or $10. Hey, it adds up. It's more money than I had yesterday, right? Old school, new school. Here is some good news. Developed some film from about 15 years ago, and the one picture of my child with Jack Hanna turned out. Hey, that's cool. That's some good memories. Does Triumph have a list of approved brokers? So what you do when you want to use a new broker, you enter their MC number or their name, and then it'll come back approved, denied, or you can have them investigate a little bit further. So that's kind of how it works. But yeah, if they're a bad player, they'll just be straight up denied. And then sometimes there can be different reasons why they're denied. Sometimes when the credit can be bad, they could be a known fraudster, or sometimes their days to pay gets a little bit out of line. So if they were 30 days to pay and now they're creeping up to 40 or 45, they might cut back their limit or straight up deny them until they see that trending back the other. Brokers have issues sometimes. Like I worked with a broker one time out of Minnesota, and I knew the company. It was a good carrier. They were a carrier, and they were having some problems in their accounting department. Now, it doesn't excuse not paying me, but I understand shit happens in a business, and sometimes you're shorthanded or you get new people that don't know what the hell they're doing. They were behind on my invoices. I wasn't factoring, but they were behind, consistently behind. They always paid me, but they're always behind. And eventually I got to the point where, like, dude, like you are 75% of my accounts receivable out. So I can't pull another load for you until like you get caught up. He's like, damn it. He's like, I've been pulling for him every week, pull a lot of freight for him. And he's like, listen, here's what's going on. Like we had a freaking mass exodus in our accounting department. We're trying to train new people. We don't have qualified people to train the new people, so they don't know what the hell they're doing. And things are jacked up. He's like, I know eventually you get paid. I know it's late. He's like, can we work something out? I'm like, well, give me, an advance up front on each load then. I had good confidence with my past history with them that they were going to pay. And he's like, deal. It's not a problem. So we did that, and then eventually they got caught up, and after that, everything was fine. They get back on track. So things like that can happen. I mean, you gotta be able to figure out they're not lying to you, because people lie too in this industry. So trust but verify, if that makes any sense, and don't trust too much. Don't trust too much. Trust, extend a little bit of grace, but they got to pull through on their side too. And if you find that you're getting promised the same thing over and over again, but then they're not, producing, then we're done until you get caught up or prove otherwise. Cents per mile doing my books. I'm already at 19% profit this month. Oh, you damn 1%er. You damn 1%er. Cheap freight hauler, their email is Gmail. Okay, the one I have here is they have a domain. It's risewayllc.com. So I don't know. Barry says, I was listening to some guys yesterday where the delivery location changed, loads were stolen. Yeah, man, that's going on too. That's the fraud in this industry right now is mind blowing. Like I talk to my insurance company pretty regular because I like to ask questions and present scenarios, and we've gotten to be kind of friendly. And just talking to him, like he tells me all the stuff that's going on, and I'm like, how do you keep tabs on all this stuff? He's like, it's really hard. He's like, rates are going to go up. I'm just telling you right now, like you could have a better, safety rating than you did last year, and your rates are going to go up every year because like we're just eating, hemorrhaging money all over the place, paying these claims out. Cargo theft is a big deal, a huge deal, and just, fraud. Buck Brown says CDN has a Gmail email. Yeah, that's just for the general public. Like for his business, he has a domain. I have his private business email. So that's, he's not going to give out the name of his company on YouTube, nor should he. He's a legit business person. Sole Operators is still waiting on a Meadowlark payment that was due on 3/1. The accounting department isn't even answering calls, probably a bit late to the party, but I'm filing against their bond this weekend. Do that, but right off the bat, call AWA. I'm telling you, you're not. by the time a company's credit rating gets downrated, their bond is exhausted. It's gone. So I'm just saying, best wishes, but you're not going to collect through their bond. So call AWA. They can go after, and they're very good at going after what is called beneficiary parties. So even if you have it in a contract where to not go back after the shipper or whatever, there's other beneficiary parties to that freight, and they can track them down and collect, and they have. They're pretty good at it. Is it 100%? Nothing's 100%, no, but they're pretty good. I'll say that. I would use them, and as a user, I got to pay full price just like everybody else. But I would use them if I had to. A lot of freight collection agencies stop at filing on the bond. I can say that they don't. If the load is posted for a lot more than the 15-day average, yes, I forgot that one. Encountered one of those in New Jersey about 2 weeks ago. This place was paying like $1,000 on a 95-mile load, and I'm like, well, that's out of place. Must be extra stops. And it said no, 1 and 1. And then I clicked on it and read their reviews. Review after review was double broker, double broker, double broker, double broker. Booked the load, didn't pay, never intended to pay, doesn't answer the phone. I'm like, how can you still be on DAT with all of these reports against you? Like, how can it happen? I don't know. Rigoberto Espinoza says, what are owner operators making a week net? Well, it's a big question. I mean, it depends on what you're doing, honestly. And the gross is one thing. The net depends on you. How do you run your business? You run things tight. You spend a lot of money. You get good fuel economy. You got your equipment payments in line. Like, net is something you're a lot more in control of. So, cheap freight hauler made $650 last week. Come on, Rigoberto. Same thing I've been making for 4 years. Ooh, you got yourself on salary, don't you? So do I. I put myself on salary. Cheap freight, $650 a week net. That one guy says, you're all right for an old dirty cheesehead. Well, thank you. Man, let me think. That is the nicest thing anybody said to me today. I really appreciate that. Thank you. James Clark, does anyone else think that rates are at the 1990 rates? Well, that's a long time ago. I don't know what rates were in 1990. I know how bad rates were in 2019 and where they were going. 2008. We're getting there, and more to come. Unfortunately. John Keneally, evening all. Thanks for coming in. Sterling Wheel says, trucking is currently sitting in a bathtub full of ice with an apology letter scribbled above the scar in lipstick. Oh, did it take your kidney and pack you in ice? Damn it. Papa says, great to see you live from rest area in Ellensburg, Washington. I know that rest area. RGB says, I have a question. I am a company driver. Should I start my LLC if I am planning on getting my own truck lease next year, or wait until then when I start that journey? It doesn't matter. Start it now, start it then. Start it a little bit ahead of time so that you can start to do business in that business name. Even before you get the truck, you're going to be getting stuff for your business, right? You're going to buy office stuff and maybe set up some bank accounts, whatever. And then you want to do these things in your company business. So do it now, do it later. It doesn't matter. Just, do it a little bit ahead of time. If you do it now, it's one less thing to do later. But if you do it now, you got to, include that on your tax return for this year. Maybe you want to wait until next year, make it a little simpler. That's not really a big issue. That's a minor thing, very minor. Chief Freight Hauler, I think I've hauled my last nursery load until fall. Guess it's back to the load board next week. Ouch, damn. Don't go back to the load board, Chief Freight Hauler. That's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. I was looking at that load board today. Oof. We back to some regular rates on that thing, where Remember back when line haul rates for cross country were really good. I got a good Andy Rooney impression. Yeah, they're back to cross country rates, all right, where it's $1.40, or less. Um, you know, long gone are the days when you can go cross country for $3 a mile. Oh, was that wonderful? Oh, was that great? Cents per mile says I made 5,100 last week, Roberto. Okay. Oh shoot, dang, chat jumped on me. DAT won't do anything until the money starts going elsewhere. It's happening because the legit brokers, they're also tired of it. So they're tired of it too. There's a lot of fraud that goes on in our world. There's just as much fraud that goes on in their world. So there's going to come, somebody is going to solve this problem. Somebody's going to solve it. And everybody's going to move to that. Somebody's going to create a platform where legit brokers are vetted and fraud is eliminated, and then legit carriers are vetted, and the two are going to meet up on whatever platform. Somebody is going to do this, and it's going to replace them. DAT has to change or they're going to go away. There's already some platforms that are creating a place where each brokerage can have their own page on this platform for them to post their stuff on, so that nobody else can post on their page. You can't post a fraudulent load on somebody else's page. I use it all the time. I like it. Talked about it in a members only live stream, so I'm not going to give it away again. But that's what's happening. So I think DAT better wake up, or they're going to get their lunch eaten. They really are. But they're still the big boy on the block, so whatever. Snorlord in the house. DAT sucks. Woo! Snorlord likes that 1, 2, 3 load board. Go ahead and post your link to your referral sign up there if you want there, Snorlords. Brian Alguera. Same way they have DOT officers conducting inspections on drivers, he should have some type of system in place that conducts directions on brokers, make sure that they are doing business legally. So, okay, here's where part of this falls back to the FMCSA and the federal government, is no more on-site inspections for carriers, which allows carriers to operate halfway around the world, have no physical presence, no legitimate physical presence in the United States, which is a problem because how do you hold them accountable? They just disappear. So that's a problem. And the same with brokerages. So there is no audit. There is no new entry audit for brokerages. I know because I started one, and there is no audit. There's nothing. There is no oversight until there's a problem. Similar to, the same can be said. No, you can't say that for a carrier because there's roadside inspections. There's everything. They got to go back to on-site new entrant audits. I'm sorry, but there is nothing that will make you straighten your shit up than when somebody calls you on the phone and says, Mr. Adam, yeah, we're going to be at your house Wednesday, and you're getting a new entrant audit. And then ding dong on your doorbell, and you open the door, and there's a 7-foot blonde standing there built like a brick shit house with a 45 strapped to her hip. That's intimidating. And then they say, let's go to your office and show me all your files, and I'm just going to pick out what I want to look at. You'll sit there and tremble a little bit and think twice about doing some fraudulent shit. Ask me how I know, because that's how it happened for me, my new entrant audit. That's how it needs to be. They need to be on site. They need to be in person, face to face, because they're going to know when somebody doesn't know what they're doing. You're not organized, filing system, you don't have what you need. General lack of give a damn will shine through, and they can fix that. Doing it all over email or uploading documents, that ain't nothing. So, and then there needs to be new entrant audits for brokerages. That can be step number 1 for fixing things, is restoring that. Chief Freight Hauler says via subscription cancellations. Yeah, anybody buy fuel At a Sheets, 60 cents less than anywhere. Wonder if it's water. I don't know. Is it certified and guaranteed? Perhaps filtered, no, filtered and guaranteed. Is that what it is? Oil and water don't mix, Sean. Okay. What did you gross and how many miles? Don't be too concerned about what one person grosses, because they can do something very different from you, and they could have been doing it for 20 years, and you're just starting off. So that's just worry about you. You know what I'm saying? Sheets used to have their own refinery. Not sure if they still do. I feel like broker bonds should be 90 days of their gross sales, but it wouldn't matter because they still don't have to pay. See what I'm saying? And you don't know what your 90 days. I see what you're saying, but it's still, I'm telling you, it still wouldn't matter. They got to start somewhere else. They got to have a United States president. You can take them to court. You got to be able to take these people to court, and then try to collect anyway. Or if they find out you are an overseas presence, maybe it's a cash bond. Maybe it's a $75,000 in cash rather than just putting up a deposit on a bond. I don't know. I would have an LLC already. Place where I live won't allow businesses there. Well, that's weird. That's weird. Snorlord says all brokers have issues. You saying I got issues? Come on. I ain't doing any brokering these days anyway. It's taking everything I got just to run the carrier right now, to be honest with you. Like it's busy. Trust Snorlord says trust no one. That's for sure. I don't even trust myself. Damn it. What do we got here? All right, having a discussion on rates. How can some of this fraud be stopped? Tough to stop a lot of this fraud. Trucking is full of thieves. Everyone's stealing from drivers and companies. I agree with that, and I'm gonna say something that's probably unpopular and probably gonna piss some people off, but I see both sides of it. There is fraudsters on both sides. There are some carriers, they couldn't run an honest day's load if their life depended on it. The only thing they can do is fraud. So we have to stop it on both sides if we're going to stop it at all. That's the only hope. And like I said, somebody will create a platform where both parties will be vetted. And when they do, people are going to naturally flock to it because they're getting tired of this nonsense. Like, how many comments in the chat did I read already tonight where people aren't getting paid or somebody screwed them? I've had people try to do it to me, commit fraud. So no one's immune to it. And I tell you what, a broker friend of mine, they got scammed bad. Not only did they get scammed by the carrier, but they got financial penalties from the customer exceeding $10,000 for the stuff that carrier did. So everybody's getting scammed. Everybody. Jerry Sund in the house. Hello. Does DAT have a release from liability contract where you subscribe to using their services, aka load boards? Probably. I've not been through that with a fine tooth comb. And I'm not, trying to pick on them. I'm just saying, I think they could do more. I talked to them at Matt's. We had probably a 20-minute conversation, and I pointed out specifics. I had to bring up some certain. They had a big load board there, and I had to bring some things up, and I pointed at two different brokers. I said, that one and that one, right there, scammers. How about right now you remove them? Like, you believe me? Read the reviews. Other people are posting, legitimate. They've offered to give you legitimate documentation of it. I'm telling you right here, right now, they're scammers. How about you just do something like right here in front of me? Go ahead and do it. No, wasn't about that. So I believe they can do more. And if they don't, I mean, are you facilitating it? And how long before? What if 10,000 drivers went to OIDA tomorrow and finally said, hey, how about you actually do something for us and go after these companies that are knowingly allowing fraud to happen. They can say that all they want, that they're trying to get around it and stop it, but it's not. It's not happening. All right. Bitcoin John in the house. Thanks for coming in. Mark the Mailman. Hey, DIY. Thanks for the live. You always bring great content. I appreciate you. Well, I appreciate you. All right. People comparing loads here in the chat. Cents per mile. Just go ahead and put your link. Then you can check out your channel. I think I got you as a moderator. Iron Sharp minimum wage. All right. Do you have a phone number for AWA? I tell you what, it's in the description of all my videos. Just go into this, probably not this one, but go in one of my last videos. It'll be in that description. There's a bunch of links there. If you wouldn't mind telling me I sent you, I can earn some kind of something or other. I don't know exactly how that's figured, but Jerome Jones, damn it, boy, I'm late. There is a late fee. I ain't gonna lie. Capstone rules apply tonight. How? All right, fraud. Talk about fraud. Let's talk about fraud. You can't talk about fraud without talking about Capstone. I have a new policy. So whenever Capstone pulls some nonsense with the brokerages, so say you check in at the lumber desk, right? And you haven't even backed in the dock yet. I think Cash was the first one to point this out to me, and I started paying attention. Damn it if he isn't right. So the credit for this has got to go to Cash, but I'm going to go a little further with it. You don't even open your doors yet. They look at your paperwork and they hit you with the lumper fee. Pay the lumper fee, maybe. And on the receipt, it says 2 broken pallets, maybe pinwheel, restack 5 pallets, whatever. Now you tell me how you know there's 2 broken pallets inside that trailer. I ain't even opened my damn doors yet. How do you know it's pinwheeled? How do you know that there's anything double stacked where you got to break it down? That is a straight up just dishonesty and lying. So anytime when I do that now, I go back to the broker, or if it's a direct customer, this is even better. I'll go back to them and say, I'm probably, shouldn't tell you this because it, probably puts me in the middle of it. But tell your customer, or if it's my customer, I tell them, hey, the lumper is scamming you. Then I'll tell them what happened. I checked in, didn't even open the doors yet, and they hit you with a charge for 2 bad pallets. What is it, $5 or $10 per bad pallet? How much money are they making off of that? So, if the customers don't care enough to put a stop to it, then screw them. But screw Capstone is what I say. Average rate was 90 cents a mile. A great load was $1.25 to $1.50. Yeah, back in 1990. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. But that rate lasted a long time, because even in the late 90s, that was the case. If you pulled $2 a mile off the load board, you hit the gold mine. I think reefer freight was what, $1.70 ish. Alex Express in the house, hit the thumbs up. Thank you, appreciate it. Iron Sharps is back to pipe fitting until the problem is solved. You might be pipe fitting for a while. Let's see. Cheap freight hauler. A friend keeps telling me how bad rates are. I've been telling him these are normal rates. He didn't believe me until I pulled out a rate counter from 2019. No, you're right. But here's the issue. In 2019, fuel was what? $1 and $1.30 something. I don't know. In a brand new truck was what, 130, 140 grand, not 250. Shop rates were what, $1.20 an hour. Now you're looking at $200 an hour. So that's where we get in trouble, because all the other stuff goes up and it never comes back down. Ronald says, Adam, seeing you're in need for help, are you looking for owner op only, or is there a company driver position? So I don't want to give out too much information, but let's just say at the very moment, neither, because I'm short some equipment. I have to buy another trailer. So I'm in a catch-22 right now, where I have to keep running to service the lane, and I need some help. But to hire somebody, I gotta buy a trailer. I got to possibly buy a truck, and I have to stay home and get that equipment ready and do orientation. But that can't happen because I have to be on this lane every week. So I'm short help, but I have a couple of people on vacation. So when they come back from vacation and get everything back to normal in maybe a month and a half, then I can maybe get around to that. But we've had some unfortunate things happen, and I'm short some equipment. So and it's kind of got me feeling a certain kind of way too. So I'm in limbo with a lot of different things right now, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. I'm in a very peculiar position, and it's very odd. I know things are slow, rates are down, but I'm actually busy right now, and just through some of the things we've done in the relationships we've built, I have some freight, and it's got to move. But then the fill-in stuff, the broker loads to fill in the gaps, they suck and they're slow. But I'm very blessed and fortunate to have some things going on that are very good right now, and I don't like to talk a lot about that because it sounds like bragging, or I don't like people who are having a very tough time right now to have to sit and listen to that, or how well somebody else is doing. So and I don't like to talk about it, but at the same time, this work is there, and it's taking like a super massive effort to keep this ball, to keep things going, because if I come off this stuff or don't do a good job or turn too much of it down, I ain't gonna have it. So that's I had this conversation with my wife. It's like kind of like, well, I get in the truck for the foreseeable future, or we just say, okay, it's done. So like, no, we're not ready to say it's done yet, because got responsibilities too, and I feel responsibilities to people that work for me, and they don't want it to be done. So I don't want it to be done. I certainly don't want it to be done. Yet I can't be in the truck for the next 9 weeks straight either. So people have offered to help out, but with what I'm doing, my name has to be on the door. So I appreciate that. But hey, I could have way worse problems right now. I could have way worse problems. Been through things before, and we'll get through these, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the problems I have. Not all of them. I had some problems pop up in the last 2 weeks that I sure shit wish I didn't have, brother. We'll talk about them someday. But I'm fortunate. I'm fortunate. So what else can I say, really? Gary Bates says, yes, I see DAT is the lowest posted rates. 123loadboard.com, promo code 48065er. There you go, Snorlord. There's a Snorlord's connection to the 123s. Gary Bates is in Missouri, Snorlord. Iron Sharp, I'll keep the truck sitting in the driveway. Doesn't matter to me if I make $8.50 a day for my wage in a truck, or pipe fitting working 40 hours. Well, there you go. It's great to have things to fall back on. It's great. Barry says, oh no, I'm not Mr. Ed, I'm Mr. George. Mr. George, how much you pay the new guy? I like that. Dirty Diesel says, when Sheetz opens a new truck stop, they sell it for way cheaper than surrounding truck stops. Okay. Dropped at Sullivan, Menards, DC, then grabbed steel to Iowa. Yeah, so my YouTube is suffering too because of the extra work here, but it is what it is. It is what it is. YouTube isn't pay much anymore anyways. Dirty Diesel, I haul fuel and get fuel at Sheetz when I can. They're always cheaper than surrounding truck stops. Okay. True, bill them and go after them personally. Yes. Since they are not using public utilities such as highways, no government agency can regulate. Don't tell them that. they freaking, you know, they like to regulate a few things, don't they? If they increase the bond 250K, I believe it would help. It wouldn't. A few years ago, the bond was 10K. Now it's 75, and the problems have only gotten bigger. So the dollar, I mean, so it gets to the point too where there's a breaking point where you make it too big, and the average everyday Joe like you or I can't start a brokerage. Now, if we're going to go out and start a legitimate brokerage, we should be able to do that. If I got to put up a $50 million bond, I can't afford to do that. You can't afford to do that. And your intentions may be as pure as a driven snow. Yeah, maybe keep a scammer out, but it shouldn't be unattainable to the average person because some people have really good intentions. So how do you do that without, making it unobtainable to the average person? I don't know. I just don't think there's any dollar amount that'll keep the fraud out. They'll just get a fraudulent bond, They're always smarter. Homer says, if I hear a Middle Eastern or Indian accent on the broker, I just hang up the phone. What do you think about Truck Smarter? I mean, there's nothing on Truck Smarter that you can't find on the individual. It's just an aggregate, where it draws in data from other apps and stuff. I'm not a big fan of the click here and book this load thing. Do I do it? Occasionally, yes, from like C.H. Robinson or Coyote, but I also have a Coyote and a Robinson rep. So when I need something, I call them. When I want a different rate, I call them. The Truck Smarter seems to be just a conglomeration of click and go, which is part of what contributed. It's partly contributing to the lower rates and some of the problems that we have. It allows people to operate at a very low level in this business, and we need to be better than that. We really do. You need to be the master of the business that you're in. And part of that is communication. One of the biggest parts of it is communication. Anthony says, when do you think spot market freight will get better? It's going to be some time. I ain't going to lie, because like all the underlying problems with the economy in general are not sorted out yet. So I think we got a long ways to go. Plus, we still got a ridiculously high number of capacity of trucks, carriers. We got to fix some economy things before anything gets better. There has to be demand, right? We don't control demand. We control supply. We don't control the demand part. So change some things in the economy and create that demand. Restore global trade. We have no trade going on. There's not crap coming from China. We're not shipping crap compared to what we usually do. So we got to have demand and get some things moving before that'll happen. And I hate to say that's no time in the near future. 2024 would even be very optimistic. However, you got a freaking election year in 2024. So miraculously, people will pull some things out of their butt. Fate Truck and hashtag low life. There you go. There's the link to cents per miles channel. There you go. He posted it himself. There you go. Just click on that. Iron Sharp's going to bed. Oh, I'm going to be good. Iron Mine tonight. Okay. There we go. There's a link to Cash's Kings channel. Adco says I delivered $1,000 load and Capstone was $742. Yeah. Hey, we're in the wrong business. How about we start a new lumper service? Damn it. Alex Shorts Plus says these foreign companies steal fortune and go back to Russia untouched. Yeah, I mean, we ultimately have some power to do something about some of these things. Stop working for these freaking people. Stop going to work for them. I mean, come on. Come on. You know, Mark Emenhouse, channel member, by the way. Thank you. I love the audio. Sounds like back when I'd call my dad when he was trucking. Okay. I'll have to go back and listen. I'm using my headset. I don't really know how it's better through just the phone or the headset. I don't really know. There's a link to Snorlord's channel. Thank you, Gary Bates. Cheap freight hauler. National average diesel price was $2.98 in September of 2019. Okay. When I hauled the lumber load I was talking about earlier. Okay. So it was right up there. Yeah. Freight was stinky back then. David Bryant Trucking, reefer gang in the house. Thank you. Mark M, my opinion, if you can get another driver, then do it. Stay home and build the business. I've talked to some people. I've had a couple people inquire. One of them I thought was promising. I couldn't get him approved through insurance. And the other one just kind of, I don't know what happened. Just, I guess, decided not to do it. And then there's one person that I really want that can't get a hold of. I think would be a really good candidate. So it's hard. I'll tell you, it's hard to hire people. I ain't gonna lie. And part of the problem is I probably talk more people out of it than I'm not. I suck as a recruiter. Like, I tell you straight up, hey, this is a tough job. Like, I'm a small company. I can't promise you home every weekend. I can't even promise you home every week. Like, doesn't do me any good to sit here and lie to you. The money can be good. It's just what you put into it, you know. And you know, we got really good fuel discounts for a small company, good tire discounts and stuff like that. But like, I guess the gold rush spoiled a lot of people, man. Like, to be home every weekend as an owner operator used to be pretty tough, you know. But then it became normal because the freight was just everywhere, and now it's not so much, and it's a tougher business. It's a tougher business to run. So, you know, to promise those things, I can't promise those things. Sense per Mile says, I know a guy that has a spare red truck, fresh rebuilt suspension. Bet he could run that lane for you. Not in a straight line, though. He just zigzags all over the place hitting stuff. James Clark, what about a trip lease? That's not really a thing so much anymore. Trip leasing is done wrong 99.99% of the time. And if I did it, I'd want it to be legal, and it's too much. It's to do it the right way it's ridiculous. You're better off just leasing on somewhere than trying to run a trip lease. It's not done right. It's a long story, but anyway. Can you rent some trailers temporary to help you out? I can own them cheaper than I can rent them. I have access. The guy I buy trailers from, he has 50 reefers right now. I'm just not there to go get them. And honestly, they're still too damn expensive. You know, it's $52,000 for a 2017. That's ridiculous. It should be cheaper than that. That's just stupid. But you know, I can get the trailers, but I don't want to go buy one unless I have somebody to. It's one of those things where danged if you do, danged if you don't. Errol says, I can't decide whether to overhaul my 2014 Glider Freightliner Coronado or buy a newer fuel-efficient Peterbilt. One more year of socialism, then hopefully freight will get better. I tell you what, it's a good time to not have a lot of debt. It's a really good time to not have a lot of debt. So, I mean, if you got the cash to overhaul that thing, I mean, yeah, you could get more fuel-efficient truck. I wouldn't go in a ton of debt to do it. It's a lot easier to make it through a time like this if you don't have payments and debt. Fate Trucking, he's going to disagree. He says there's people who are doing very well in this market because they followed some direction. Others might be struggling because they knew it all. It's okay to be successful. # facts. It isn't. Is it okay to be successful? Is it? 2 trucks means 2 logbooks. Am I wrong? Do they each have to have their own respective logbook, or can you have both logbooks in one truck? James says, let's figure out a way to get rid of brokers. Hey, go ahead. I tell you what. You know, I don't necessarily agree with that. You can hate me for it. Brokers are kind of necessary. Brokers do more things than you realize. If you could do everything a broker does, then go do it. You know, can you handle a shipment from Beijing all the way over here, unload it at the port, arrange a transportation cross country, make all the appointments, make arrangements for pickup in Shanghai? You know, because Robinson does that. So there's a lot more to it. Okay, so I don't say get rid of brokers, but you can get rid of brokers in your life right now. You can get your own customers. Go out and do it, but you can't do it. Brokers are your salesperson. They're your sales team. If you can't do your own sales, the broker is your salesman. They're your outside salesman. All right. So if you can do that, you can get rid of your own. You can get rid of brokers right now. We've done some of that. I hire an outside salesperson to do just that for me with Paul from Freight Connect. That's exactly what he does. If you have one truck, you can hire him to go find you customers and eliminate brokers out of your life. So we don't have to collectively get together and get rid of brokers. You can get rid of brokers for yourself. And I'm saying that I'm not sitting here saying it's easy, but you can do it. Need to ban foreign brokers. I'm on board with that. You need to have a physical presence here. You need to be able to be held accountable. Mark says, keep that glider going and rebuild it. It will outlast all of those new trucks. Fuel economy be damned. You can't run a truck stuck in a dealership for 3 months over warranty. Hey, preach on, preach on. He says, also, paper logs. Okay. Need to get you one of those super ego log books. Come on. Yeah, we got to find out what system they use, don't we? It's I think it's a Serbian Express. The we call it the Belgrade banger. That's when you call in and get a fresh 70. Give me that. Hey, dispatch, give me that Belgrade banger over here. The hell with 70. Give me 180 right up in here. Terry says, is 123 load board a safe load board, or does it have a lot of double brokers on it like DAT? I tell you what, the Snore Lord would be the one to ask about that. He is intimately familiar with 123. Intimately. Like, does some weird stuff intimately with 123 load board. Just saying. MKA Transportation, Mark M, absolutely not. People are sue happy nowadays. Everybody loves a good lawsuit, don't they? No one to be blamed. Don't haul from new brokers. Okay. Oh, Wickif Invader says, yippee, I lost my dedicated run because another carrier undercut me by $100 a day. This might get rough. Oh, damn it. Well, look at the bright side. At least you didn't go out and buy that brand new truck you were talking about. So I'm glad you didn't do that. Glad you didn't do that. You never know. They might screw it up. They might do a terrible job, and you'll get it back. Consumer confidence is also a good gauge on the direction of the transportation industry, I believe. Yes, you are right. You are right. And consumer spending, you know, people, they're saying the average credit card spend is down a certain number of dollars or whatever, shows people are mostly only spending on necessities rather than big ticket items. I think depression before it gets better. Right now, the techies in Cali are applying 100 to 300 per position. Great depression is coming. Yeah, I mean, the indicators are there. First quarter, we had a depressionary or deflationary environment. 4.1 or 4.7% deflation in the first quarter. Last time we had deflation was the Great Depression, and every time we've ever had it in this country, it has led to depression, not a recession, and double-digit unemployment. So if we beat it this time, it will be the first time in history wherever we ever beat deflation. Is Jay Cannell related to you? No. I have no family on YouTube other than Cash is King Trucking is my brother, and Fate Trucking is a bastard stepchild, to be honest with you. So you're hiring drivers, I hear. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I can meet up to your requirements there, Don. You wouldn't like what I do. Let's put it that way. Common sense is a skill that can't be taught. That's true. Your lips look dry. Here, let me wet them lips for you there, trucking coach. Golly. How's that? James Clark says, I have not been home since October 27th. What is up, James Clark? Damn it, everybody. Hey, I need a driver like that. You looking for some reefer work there, James Clark? Damn it. RGB says, I come to work for you 21 days on and 4 or 5 days off. I don't know, RGB. James Clark just said 8 months out. He's got you beat. He's got you beat. We need more Fettermans running this country to fix it. Damn it! If we had more Fettermans running this country, we need to send out hooked on phonics to every household. Damn it! I had the thought the other day you put a Fetterman in a Joe Biden opposite each other, and they just yap at each other like a couple of Furbies. Anybody remember the Furbies from back in the 90s, where they just sit there and gibberish nonsense back and forth at each other, but they understood each other perfectly? Cheap freight hauler, I'm about to rent a trailer for the same reason. I feel like they're still overpriced, and I'm trying to get my truck paid off before Christmas. Maybe next year I'll buy another trailer. Yeah, they're stupid expensive. I mean, come on with it. Like, as many as are available now. Problem is people still really need them. Like, even a lot of carriers are still short on trailers. Trucking coach says, one time I was on a country road and a raccoon ran out in front of me, so I quit my job and went home. I had a new job lined up for Tuesday, but now I'm thinking I don't like to start on Tuesday. Oh, I love it. Angel says, we're based out of Florida and have a company driver under our authority, and we get him home every week, so I know you can do it. 2, you're in a better freight zone. We only run the Z3. Yeah. I mean, I can do it, but then people aren't happy with the amount of money they make. I don't know. Yeah, anything's possible. But no, what I do, no, the run, we have a regular run that takes a little bit of time. So, trucking coach says, I'm starting on Wednesday. Hopefully the raccoons will run out in front of me in my company truck. Maybe you should be a lease purchase driver there, trucking coach. Gary Bates says, my lawyer is drawing up my co-broker, shipper, broker agreement, broker carrier agreement, tariff, and maybe a few other things. Damn it, Gary. Damn it, that's a lot of it. You're a very agreeable person. Huh. Weird. You better wait. 52 grand for this economy isn't worth it. No, I agree. That's too much for the trailer. It's too much. Trucking coach says, broker transparenting. Oh, happy Pride Month there, trucking coach. Happy Pride Month. Amen to that. I've become happier with my truck after finding out how to get 10 miles per gallon out of it. Yeah, and no $5,000 a month payment there, Don. Getting 5% return on cash as I try to figure out what to do with it. There you go. Not a bad return. Georgia Patriot late to the show. Damn it, boy. Oh, fake trucking. LOL. Son of Atlas, I knew Cassius King was your brother. Jesus, you guys are like night and day. We're way more alike than you think. James says, sorry, I have my own authority. No, I got you. David Bryant Trucking, what's a home? That's that place you just stop at to do your laundry when you ain't working. Tony C, hey, I just watched your video on AC blower. Thank you so much. You saved me some money. Good deal. That's why we do it. I ain't always right, but damn it, I can look stupid. John Connolly, do you have rose-colored glasses? I've always wondered that. Are you on the back side of 50? Come on, anybody? John Connolly jokes? No? Nothing? Crickets? Come on. Nathan Eberly, I think table issues will decide the presidency in 24. Table issues. Okay. I'm thinking like I don't know. Maybe Tickle Me Elmo will decide the election in 2024. Just as legit as anything else. Trucking coach, can I work for you? I'll FedEx my job application over. It's coming FedEx ground. It's going to take me 33 days to go through that sucker. And that box is going to be 65 pounds there, trucking coach. So if you're not in a hurry. Old school, my daughter just got her great grandmother's Furby. I told her good luck. Set it next to the TV next time Fetterman's on and see if they talk back and forth to each other. DIY's stretched collar. Hi. Hello there, DIY's stretched collar. Not this collar. This collar is not stretched. And by the way, those white shirts are V-necks, so they're supposed to look like that. They're V-necks. Come on. Way more alike than you know. And that's what she said. Oh, Georgia Patriot, late to the party, but first with it. That's what she said. Congratulations, sir. Uh-oh. Zyko, Zizco 23, 1999 super sticker. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. So loves his home. What? If they don't have laundry but good showers? I like that. Adco loves the John Connolly. Who doesn't? Who doesn't love him some John Connolly? You know, common man is what I'll be. I've always said that. Pedigree has $28,000 reefers with 10,000 hours. They look into them. They keep up their equipment today. See, I have looked at those at Pedigree. The 28,000 ones are spring ride. So not after that. But I've heard the opposite. I've heard their maintenance isn't that great. So I don't know what the truth is. I know somebody down in that area that I can send to look at them, but I don't know. I'm torn. I really am torn. Hard to make some decisions right now. Trucking coach, I require a brand new reefer trailer with 106-gallon fuel tank if I'm going to lease onto you. Never mind, I just got hired at Schneider. Never mind, I already quit. Oh, you're killing me, trucking coach. Do you have a new channel, trucking coach? You care to tell me what the name of it is? I heard you have something new going on over there. What's going on? Uh-oh, I just messed up. Trucking coach, I promise this new company is the best company ever. Oh, I hope so. Do you have a referral link? Can you get a referral bonus? Trucking with Mick in the house. Yo, DIY, what's up? Trucking with Mick. Trucking with Mick, the company that you work for, do they all have, so they got padlocks on the back of their trailers. Are they all a common key? Can you tell me that? Do all the padlocks in your company have the same key? Because I bought a couple of your trailers and they left that giant ass 10-pound padlock on the back of the trailer. And I'd like to take them off, but I don't even know if my grinder is up to the task of cutting them suckers off. I got to plug my phone in here because the battery's going dead. Man, the crickets are loud tonight. If the reefers weren't running, you guys would be in for a concert. Where'd we go here? DIY's stretch collar. Trucking coach and slavery show. What? What? Come on now. No referral code needed. Just lick your lips when you walk in the office. Oh, you're killing me. Oh, you're freaking killing me. You're going to get me in so much damn trouble. Oh, Mark M, thank you so much. $9.99 super chat. Tip the host. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I haven't been making no money on YouTube lately, but hey, there's other things in life, right? Rig Pig. My mom made me attend a John Connolly concert about 40 years ago. She loved it. I'm still trying to recover. Sigh. Your life will never be the same. Come on. That's how do you live up to that? You're going to spend the rest of your life looking for something that measures up to a John Connolly concert. I tell you what, I feel the same way about Steve Miller Band. I feel like Steve Miller owes me $60. Years ago, probably 1996, I took my then girlfriend to a Steve Miller Band concert, and yeah, proceeded to play a 40-minute version of "Fly Like an Eagle." Just musically, no lyrics or anything. The stoners loved it. I mean, they were tripping balls. But I actually had a drug test for my new job I was starting like 2 days from then. So I'm like, I got to get out of here because I think I'm getting a contact high. So yeah, I think he owes me my money back. We got a cheap freight hauler, trucking with MC. What's up? The animal. Hello DIY. How's it going? Pretty good. Thanks for coming in. DIY's stretched collar, 52 an hour. Oh, come on. Is this a drinking game? I got my water. There you go, 53. Take that. Take that. Andrew Flores, does anybody know a good flatbed dispatcher service? Ooh. I tell you what, I'm going to get about 7 calls for that tomorrow. So you just put your number in the chat here, and I'll get you set up with somebody with them premium load boards. Blessed by God himself. Yes. But if you're looking for a legit dispatch service, Snorlord is the only one I recommend. He's in the chat here. Otherwise, go to his channel and say, hey, how about you dispatch me, son? He's a good dispatcher. But other than that, I recommend if you're going to pick somebody, they better have been a driver at one time and they better know what the hell they're doing. Yeah, there you go. 56 ums. Trucking coach, these John Conley jokes give me the Friday night blues. Do they get in your shoes and work to get you down? Come on with it. See, we got John. Hey, you really want me to step up my game and drop some Earl Thomas Conley jokes? Come on with it. Cheap freight hauler, Andrew, called the guy DIY mentioned earlier to call on customers for you. Oh yeah, there you go. Call Paul at Freight Connect. We're supposed to be doing a show here like the last 3 weekends in a row, but my dumbass is out on the road and can never get a good enough signal. So I want Paul to come on and talk about. I put Paul to work for somebody that I know well with about 30 trucks, and he is knocking it out of the flipping park for him. And I never thought that would happen. I told him straight up, I'm like, listen, dude, like Paul's a good salesperson, but like you understand the environment that we're in right now. This might be the hardest time in 25 years to sell freight. Not the case. He is killing it for him. So he's having really good success. And I asked, you ever keep track of like your stats on your success rate? And he says, yeah, I have been lately. He says it's really good. So that makes me a little bit optimistic of like, there is still opportunity out there. And like I said in the beginning here, like anybody I know with contract freight is busy right now. And anybody I know that's 100% spot market is dying. So I've hitched my pony to some people with some contract freight. We're calling it a partner carrier scenario. Is what we're doing. Yeah. Let me see if I have this. Here we go. I got Paul's banner here. FR8connect.com. It's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Check him out. And I've never, like, Paul has never paid me. Like, Paul's my friend. I don't get any money. Here's his phone number. I have no kind of referral program, no nothing with Paul. We're business partners in the brokerage, but honestly, we've never really made any money. So that's all for the future. We have a common goal here to build something for the future, and it's going to probably take about that long too. So if you call Paul and he does work for you, I get nothing for it other than satisfaction of Paul's my friend. So where did I leave off here? Ooh, I missed a bunch. Okay, W7 Vader, Snorlord, my friend, Snorlord, yeah, for dispatch. There you go. Trucking coach, DIY, will you team with me? What's the sleeping arrangements? And are you just going to sit in the passenger seat all day and strum your guitar and sing, Amazing Grace and all that? Andy, leave you a fishing pole, a cane pole. Take Opie fishing. David Bryant Trucking. Does anybody know if I can invoice Freightliner for installing a real CB? Does anybody even use the CB? I turned mine on yesterday for the first time in a long time. I forgot I even had it. It was 10 years ago for my birthday present. I went and bought myself a really nice CB, really fancy one, if you know what I'm saying. And shit, I didn't even use it. What a waste of money. Cheap freight hauler. What's this number you post, cheap freight hauler? I'm going to take that down because I don't know what the hell that number is. You tell me what that is before I read it out loud. Trucking coach, can you do a tandem sliding video? Oh, you want me to go back to the grassroots? Do a tandem video? Probably not. Probably not. I've still yet to do a fueling video. We could knock out a fueling video. How about that? Trucking coach, I thought you were talking about John Connolly, the FBI director convicted of racketeering. Freaking weirdo. Gosh dang weirdo. Oh, man. DIY stretch collar. Don't trust people with long beards. They know too much. Oh, I think I know who this is now. Mark M. Smiley face. Georgia Patriot. Paul is the real deal. He is. He is. Oh, grade 8 transportation finally made it in here. What do you know? What do you know? Good evening, he says. Thanks for. Trucking coach says, key that thing up. If I key it up with the truck off, here, I turn my, let me show you what happens here. Let's see if it works. Okay, watch my lights when I key up the mic. Oh, it doesn't work. Sometimes when I key up the mic, the lights go dim in the cab. What could cause that to happen? Audio. I'm talking to the midnight rider down in Laredo. I'm up here in Jersey. We catch a skip off them power lines. Come on. Where are we at here? What's the top average mile per gallon in your fleet? I got a 20. Is it the 28? Well, the International LT was the best. That thing's been out of commission for 3 months now, with some structural damages. You know, they got a weak front end on them, from what I hear. Anyway, that one was highest fuel economy in the fleet at like 8.2, 8.4. Can't remember. And then there's a 2018 and a 2019 Cascadia that are neck and neck at like 8.2, 8.1. One has a DD13, one has a DD15. The DD15 is actually averaging better fuel economy for whatever that's worth. But that can be, I mean, it's so close, it could very well be the difference of the driver or idle time, whatever. And then here I am bringing up the rear in old Big Orange here. That's okay. Don't laugh. I only got 7 more payments on this thing, and it'll be all mine. Killian's Trucking still ain't made it home. Well, damn it, what's wrong with you, boy? Mash on it. Pretend like it's a Geo Metro race car. Come on. Old school, new school. I use my CB every once in a while, mainly to start arguments. Yeah, I think I turned mine on for traffic. You told someone to post their phone number, and this old Mike Jones song has been in my head all day. His number from 20 years ago. Okay. Mike Jones. I don't know who Mike Jones is. I know Tom Jones. Trucking coach, can we team up and do a tandem video for Pornhub? My slack jaw and your wet lips equal magic. Oh, God. Oh, damn it. I'm going to have to give trucking coach a wrench. Let me see if I can do that here. No, I can ban him, but I can't. Let me see if I can do it on my tablet. We got to do some moderating here. Where is that fool? Where that fool is. I can't even see this. Did somebody? Oh, there he is. I was going to say, did somebody block him? Add as moderator. There we go. Standard moderator. Anybody else need a wrench? Old school, new school doesn't have a wrench? Get the hell out of here. You got one now. Survive to Thrive doesn't have a wrench? Damn it. You got one now. Mackinac Life needs one. There we go. Everybody gets one, I guess. David Bryant Trucking. Damn it. He needs a moderator. All right. David Bryant Trucking, can you hear Mud Duck in Jersey on that thing? It's all about the receiver. Back to the bench. I've not tried. I never have the damn thing on. Here. I got everything squelched out right now. Forgot how to work this damn thing even. That's probably him right there. What part of New Jersey you are? South. Deep south. Deep. Where you catch a ferry. Come on. Oh, that could be taken nuts. And I don't mean Atlantic City. Hey, come on. Be careful on them highways and byways, Mud Duck Radio in the desert. You know, come on back. Grade 8 transportation, one more repossession, and I'll be out of debt. There you go. Hey, I'm just saying, sometimes you got to burn it down to make the payment. You know what I'm saying? Survive to Thrive in the house. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Hey, Survive to Thrive, you're looking pretty svelte these days. Looking good. Post your link. Everybody, Survive to Thrive is on a weight loss journey, and he's looking pretty good. So everybody go support him on that channel. Give him some words of encouragement, because that ain't easy. I'll let him give you the details if he chooses to. Post your link there, Survive to Thrive. I gave you a wrench. Mackinac Life, we need a bigger motor. Can't get across the lake. Come on. Oh. You can reach Jenny at 867-5309. Damn it, boy. Everyone needs a good wrench across the head. Oh. Seven Seas Transport and House, what's up? DIY in chat. Not much. Not much. Ever take the ferry across Lake Michigan? What's it cost, and can you put a rig on it? You can put a rig on it, and I don't know what it costs. Somebody told me once like $300, but I don't see how it could be that cheap, because I went up in Canada, and it was was it a 90-minute boat ride, and it was like $550 each way. So I don't know, but that's Canada. You know, what is it like? What's the exchange rate? Like $1 is 57 Canadian dollars. Is that what it is? Shit, their money's probably worth more than ours these days. I know for a while it was pretty damn close. Old school, new school. I need another 10 mm. You talking about a 10 millimeter socket? I know what you're talking about. Sergio M, greetings from Mexico. Damn it. Trucking coach, give me a wrench and I'll fix these brokers. You got your wrench, go do it. David Bryant Trucking, Trenton. Oh no, we deeper south than that. We're in the promised land. Me too, I want a wrench. Well, Hollywood, let me find you on my tablet here. I'll get you that damn wrench. I'll get you with a wrench. There you go. There you go. Trucking with Mick, what's up? Not much. Killian's Trucking, laughing at Mackinac Life. There you go. Survive to Thrive posted his channel there. I appreciate it. Yeah, had me gastric sleeve surgery. Should be back in my truck come Monday. You can tell in your face, man. You already lost a bunch of weight. It's you look a little younger too. You look a little more. You had a little bit of color to you now. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, you know, downstairs, right? Mackinac Life. I know a shortcut to get to the house. The little secret called the Mackinac Bridge. Don't get stuck. It's a long turnaround from the Mackinac Bridge. Just gonna tell you that. Rig Pig says wrenches means work. I'll pass. Thank you. All right. Been out of the truck 2 weeks now. I'm getting antsy. Don't be in that big a hurry. Don't be in that big a hurry. Trucking coach, can we get stockbroker transparency? Oh, damn it. I think we can. Call Fidelity. Hollywood, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. I gotta get back into making some Friday shit. Let me take that back. I gotta get back into making some videos at all. I miss my Friday videos, man. I miss it. It's like one of my passions in life is like personal finance and investing, and I ain't been able to talk about it. Killian Striking says we need one more smart ass wise guy. I tell you, that'll be me. I'll go ahead and foot that bill. Ooh, survive to thrive, down 53 pounds as of today. Are you telling me you lost 53 pounds in 2 weeks? Or does that include your pre-surgery weight loss? Oh my God. Is that okay to lose that much weight that fast? Or is that, I can't be understanding something, because that's what, 14 days? That's what? That's 4 pounds a day? There's no way. Unless you had did you have a colon cleanse done? Was part of that a good old colon blow? Is that how you lost the first 27 pounds? Oh, man. Chief Freight Hauler, I'm going to try to get into Upper Michigan this summer. Is there something horrible about that bridge, or this a joke? Oh, it's a joke to some of us, but to some of us, it's real ass life. Yes, some of us have gone, up to 400 miles out of route to cross this bridge without checking that there's a wind advisory and it's closed, and had to turn around and go, 400 miles back the other direction. Oh, it's mostly a joke. Nothing special. Airwolf, Southern Jersey is a lot better than Northern Jersey. Yeah, Northern Jersey I call Dirty Jersey. Whenever somebody says, "Oh, what part of Jersey you going to?" Dirty Jersey. That's like Newark, Jersey City, all the way down Elizabeth. How far south? How far south we talking? We're gonna go 40 miles south of 287. How about, no, maybe not that far. Maybe 30 miles south of 287. We'll call it, and then up around in that circle there in the metro area. James Clark says, I liked your video on the reefer door gasket. I don't even remember that. What the hell? I don't know. I've lost track, honestly. People, oh, I liked your video on that. I'm like, I didn't do a video on that. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. That includes pre-surgery, but it's been 5 weeks. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you said you were only out of the truck for 2 weeks. Killian's trucking, I think he may have tried meth. Just kidding. Okay. SS Badger does ferrying for trucks across Lake Michigan. The question is, how does one legally log that? On duty, off duty? On duty. You're supposed to be on duty, I guess, unless you're in the sleeper. So, and you're not allowed to be in the sleeper. If it was anything like the boat that I was on, they put you down in the below deck, and you're not allowed to stay down there while the boat is moving. So you got to come up to find a chair. Gary Bates says 20 pounds was poop emoji. You got to watch out for Gary Bates. He'll sneak up behind you in a truck stop and give you the thumbs up poop emoji until you turn around and think there's a crazy stalker behind you, but really it's only Gary Bates. Mackinac Life says, I miss Killian's. Hurry home. I'm not going to sink myself. Jeez. Oh, hardcore. Hollywood says, sign up with Paul. Looking forward to his blessing. Thank you. You're going to heaven. LOL. Hey, you keep them working. Keep them in line. Just remember, it takes time. That's one of the toughest jobs I know of, is to sell freight, because they're getting 100 phone calls a day from these desperate ass brokers. Killian Strucking says, it wasn't closed till I was 20 miles away. Ha ha. All right, it's your story. Trucking with T-Bone, good evening. First, oh, you're late. T-Bone's late again. Jersey Trucker, you in Jersey? Next time, let me know. I'll take you out for dinner. Oh, shoot. Can you sweeten the pot? Can we throw some Yinglings in there? Give me some Yinglings. I talked to the bar I go to back home. I says, hey, listen, this Jersey trucker cat got me hooked on these Yinglings. How about you hook me up? So she's like, next time our supplier comes in, I'll ask him. So I was there the next time the supplier came in, and I grabbed him, took him aside. I said, listen, fella, listen, you need to start carrying this. He's like, funny you mention that because we're working on a distribution deal right now. He says Yingling's about to go nationwide, which is cool. Which is cool. What the truck is this channel all about? Jaw jacking, greenhorn trucking, and whatnot. How about that? How about that? Trucking nonsense, trucking skullduggery, and trucking tomfoolery, mostly. Cheap freight hauler. Been as far north as Grand Rapids. I hear it's beautiful up there. Northern Michigan is nice. It is pretty cool. It's a lot like northern Wisconsin, except for, it's Michigan. No, northern Michigan is awesome. Airwolf says, ground around Vineland, a good area. Yeah, you're not too far away. You're not too far off. How about that? Gary Bates, it was the styrofoam noodle. Now you're just scaring me. I don't know what you're talking about. Trucking coach, that sounds like a kinky move, sliding up behind somebody and giving them a thumb up their poop emoji. Oh, man. Damn it. WCF Invader, from what I'm reading, you stay with the truck. Not sure if you can be in or if that's just near. Cost was $325 from a driver in 2021, and it was a 4-hour trip across. Okay. That's not bad. I don't know if you can drive it that fast if you hit rush hour. Survive to thrive. I did the pre-op diet for a month, lost 40 during that. Then 2 weeks ago, I went camping with the fam. Then that Wednesday, I had surgery, so it's been 9 days since the surgery itself. Okay, how you feeling? I did watch your video, but I was driving, so I wasn't fully paying attention. Zizco 23. I learned how to save a fan clutch using a hammer because it was stuck. Thanks to your video. Oh, awesome, man. Awesome. I do remember that one. Well, thank you. Is that also? Oh, thank you for the 1999 super sticker. That's awesome, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, if a video I did, saved you money, feel free to send copious amounts of donations. Hey, that's how we roll around here. Or you know what? Patronize my sponsors. They're all good. They're all good sponsors. I turned down the garbage ones, and they're all good products. So, Mackinac Life. Is there a ferry across the Mackinac? Asking for a friend. There is not. Beautiful 79 in Green Bay tonight, and no wind advisory for the Leo Frigo Bridge. LOL. I wish I was up there. That's home country up there. Did the diet while in the truck still. Well, that's to be commended. It's hard to diet in the truck, man. It really is. I remember I've done the keto diet several times in my life, and one time I was out trucking, and I brought, I got a George Foreman grill, and I brought a bunch of raw pork loin and put it in the cooler. Well, ding dong me, didn't cook it soon enough, and it sat in there for days, and I didn't think nothing of it. I cooked it and ate it. Oh my God, did I get the worst case of food poisoning I've ever had in my damn life. Yeah, you gotta keep raw meat at temperature, or it'll make you poop through a freaking garden hose. Thanks again, Zizco, for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Killians wants to know what the diet prep pre-op diet consists of. I hauled a few loads of Yingling 16-ounce aluminum cans to Tampa. Ooh, nice. The pre-op diet is a lot of dried foods turned into soup. Only 600 to 700 calories per day. Ooh, man, that's tough. Cents per mile after today's trip through Chicago, I'll gladly pay $3.25 and catch 4 hours of sleep to bypass all that garbage. Yeah, no doubt. Fridays suck in Chicago. Cheap freight hauler, I have a Kenworth, dry van, and a fast car to run blocker DIY if Yingling doesn't go nationwide and you need 400 cases. I thought I'd call the Bandit and the Snowman. See if they can hook me up. You know, offer them, hey, how about 10 grand to make this run from the East Coast to Wisconsin? Just saying. I know you guys are the ones to get it done. Find you a cute little brunette to ride with you. Get the bandit to run interference. I don't see how we can lose personally. You know, he drives a little erratic though. Some of that swerving and whatnot. He's gonna dump that load, and hey, you dump them pallets, you're restacking them. That's all I'm saying. So you better put some airbags in there, and you better run it on a reefer because I don't want no skunky beer. Cents per mile, I'm sure it's higher for your oversized freight. Northern Wisconsin along Lake Superior is gorgeous. Originally from there. Yeah, I worked up in Superior for a period of time, and oh my gosh, is it cold up there? So the place I worked at was literally on the lake, like their property. You walk to the edge of their property and take one more step, you fall in the lake. And damn, the wind coming off that lake in the wintertime, oh my God, is that cold? Oh my gosh, to survive to thrive, feeling a lot better. I appreciate it. Oh, that's good. If it fits, it ships. Okay. Did you show the diet on your channel? I don't know. Trucking with Cliff in the house. What's shaking? Not much. Been waiting for you. Oh, do you have your oil tested? I have mine tested regularly. And the first cycle I changed that had the LF liquid friction eliminator came back with high copper and lead. Wondering if this was from fuel ox. No, there should be no copper and lead in that. Test. Go by the subsequent samples because you can, you know, if you're cleaning up carbon packing and stuff, there can be different things lodged in there. So judge it more or less by the second sample, and going forward. Tough diet. I snort 600 calories each nostril. Congrats on the success. The rest area raccoon in the house. One of my favorite avatars ever. That sounds like a rough go at that keto. Yeah, I tell you what, you'll lose some pounds real quick. You know, having all your liquids come out your hinder. Airbags and fresh shocks. There you go. Blackstone offered a test for free. Yeah, give her hell. Fate Trucking's goatee. Does anyone miss me? No. More so, we don't miss the smell. It's not so much you we don't miss, it's the smell. The panhandle of Texas gets really cold too. It's because it's so dry. It's so damn dry. Gotcha, will do. Okay. Check on my tablet here. What is this? How long have we been doing this? 2 hours. We hit the 2 hour mark. That's pretty good for not live streaming in about 2 months. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up. It is muggy. It rained the last 2 days here, and now it's getting hot. So it's getting muggy. I'm gonna have to run the truck tonight. I'll fix my APU. That's another thing I got to do one of these here days. But thanks everyone for coming in. Thank you for the super chats. I really appreciate it. And we'll do it again. You know. Wait. I got survive to thrive. Let me see your thoughts. My inverter only shows truck off voltage, then eventually dips into the low voltage like it's not charging with alternator, but the truck's gauge reads correct 14.1. So the voltage doesn't change on the inverter when the truck is running? Is that what you're saying? Electrical, my favorite. Only shows truck off voltage, but then eventually dips into low voltage like it's not charging with the alternator, but the truck's gauge reads correct 14.1. The issue with the inverter, I have to really think about that. I hate electrical. I ain't lying to you. I think I've said that before. Let me think about that. If I have an intelligent thought about it, I'll leave you a comment. Sensor Mile walked into the Loves the other day and some bitch left his undies in the stall. Damn it. Was there an empty water bottle in there perhaps also? Pro tip, don't ever touch the empty water bottle in the stall. It's not what you think it is. Yeah, I think it's got to be some kind of problem with the display or the gauge in the inverter, because it's measuring off. You know, if you're running 14.1 on the gauge, and if that's verified that the alternator is what it is, it should be the same. If you could test it back at the batteries, you're going to read 14.1 or damn close to it, and your inverter is hooked right to your battery. So it's got to be some kind of issue with the inverter. It has to be. I don't know what else it could possibly be. So yeah, the voltage is going to drop when you're cranking, but once you fire it up and the alternator starts charging, it should read that same amount everywhere. You could lose like 0.1 in the distance between your alternator and your batteries. But yeah, it's got to be some kind of issue with the inverter. It's got to be. So, well, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thanks everybody, and we'll do this again. Everybody take care. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out, and thumbs up poop emoji.